Welcome to Chad Her YouTube channel. Today I have for you a scary story titled The Last Broadcast. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe to my channel. Let's begin. The Last Broadcast. Jordan Michaels loved the night shift at WZRD 104.7 FM, a sleepy local radio station in a remote New Hampshire town. He had just graduated from college with a communications degree, and this gig, while not glamorous, let him do what he loved: spin old records, take the occasional weird call, and feel like he was the last voice awake in the world. It was just past 2 a.m. when the signal blipped for a moment, just a second of dead air, then back to normal. Jordan frowned. WZRD ran on ancient equipment, and these hiccups weren't rare. He checked the signal board. Everything seemed fine. But then the phone rang. No caller ID, just unknown. He answered, trying to sound cheerful. "You're on the air with Jordan, WZRD 104.7, the voice in the void." "Who's this?" Heavy breathing, long silence, then a voice low and crackling. "You're not alone, Jordan." Static. The line went dead. Trying to shake the chill, Jordan laughed it off on air. "Somebody's been watching too many horror flicks," he joked, queuing up the Doors' Riders on the Storm. But his hands were shaking. After the song ended, he decided to fill the next hour with a pre-recorded segment. A late-night storytelling hour hosted by the previous DJ Marla, who disappeared last year. Officially, Marla moved to Florida, but nobody believed it. One night she went on air as usual and never came back. Her car was still in the lot the next morning, no sign of her in the studio. Her last show never aired either, supposedly corrupted. Jordan had found a dusty reel labeled Marla, Final Show, Do Not Air, locked in the archive cabinet last week. He digitized it out of curiosity. Now, morbid curiosity pushed him to load it into the system. As Marla's voice crackled through the speakers, he leaned back. "Good evening," her voice said, clear and steady. "If you're hearing this, I need help." Marla's recording wasn't a typical show. There were no songs, no banter, just her voice growing shakier with each minute. "There's something in this station," she whispered. "It crawls through the wires. It speaks through interference. You think it's a glitch, but it's not. It's listening." Jordan sat forward, eyes locked on the control board. The lights were flickering, barely noticeable at first. Marla's voice continued. "I heard it first in the static, a voice whispering my name. Then it started answering the phones. The listeners stopped calling. All I heard was it." A pause. "I shouldn't have answered." Jordan's phone rang. Again, unknown. He didn't answer, but the voicemail icon popped up seconds later. Against every instinct, he pressed play. His own voice came through the speaker. "You're not alone, Jordan." He recoiled, heart pounding. That wasn't possible. The lights above the mixing desk dimmed, flickered, then died. The red and air sign glowed like a wound in the dark. Jordan grabbed his flashlight and headed for Studio B, thinking maybe the breaker had tripped. The hallway was colder than it should have been. As he passed the break room, he saw shadows moving, yet there was no light to cast them. He turned to look and saw the vending machine screen glitching, flickering with letters. "Help." He stumbled backward. A distorted voice, like a radio tuning in too many stations at once, echoed behind him. "G. Jordan, stay on the air." He ran. Studio B was locked, but the door creaked open as he touched it. Inside, the mixing board was lit up, despite no power. The tape deck was running. Jordan stepped in and the door slammed shut behind him. On the monitors, grainy black and white footage, live feed from the studio. But Jordan wasn't in the frame. Instead, He saw a woman with long, dark hair sitting in his chair. Back to the camera. He blinked. She turned. It was Marla. But her eyes were gone, just blank sockets leaking static. She raised one finger and pointed at him. Then the screen cut to black. Behind him, the tape deck ejected a reel, written in smudged ink. "Jordan, final show, do not air," he screamed. He ran back to the main studio. Everything was off, silent. The clock read 3:33 a.m. He grabbed his phone, no signal, tried the landline, just static. Then, the red on-air sign flicked back on. He sat down, almost robotically. The mic hissed to life, and without thinking, Jordan began to speak. "If you're hearing this, I need help. There's something in this station, something that listens, that waits, and once you hear it, it never lets go." Behind the glass in the control booth, Marla stood smiling. Her mouth didn't move, but Jordan heard her in his head. "You're part of the frequency now." The broadcast continued for the next 2 hours. Nothing but static, broken only by faint voices whispering names, and Jordan was never seen again. Epilogue. ZRD 104.7 went dark a month later. Equipment failure, they said. But locals still say if you tune in around 3:33 a.m., you might catch a strange broadcast. A voice, sometimes male, sometimes female, warning listeners. If you're hearing this, it's already too late. Thank you for listening to the last broadcast with Chad, her YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more scary story. Until next time, be safe.